Imagine you are sitting on a literal gold mine, mountains of treasure beneath your feet. But instead of mining it, you're waiting for someone else to tell you which rock to pick up. That's what most data analysts do today. They sit on organizations' data, the most valuable asset any company has. And what they do, they wait for someone else to ask them a question. That's about to change. Hi everybody, my name is Shubham Pandey and I've got 15 years of experience into management consulting. I've been leading and I've been scaling data science teams at organizations like SCL Technologies and American Express. I've been enabling CXOs to drive data-led decisions. If you are a college student or recent graduate thinking about data analytics, forget about everything you have heard about this role. The data analyst of 2026-2027 is not the person who takes orders or who crunches numbers. They are the person who drives business decisions. They don't wait to be asked. They come to the table with insights nobody knew they needed. My friends, for decades, data analysis has been top-down. The manager asks for a report, you build it. They make a decision, rinse, repeat. You're basically a very expensive search engine, isn't it? But in 2026-2027, AI can do that reactive work faster and cheaper. So if that's all you bring to the table, you are in trouble, my friend. But if you flip the script, you become the person who proactively surfaces insights, who understands the business deeply enough to spot opportunities before anybody asks. You become invaluable. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact curriculum to transform from an order taker into a strategic data orchestrator. Are you ready? Let's go. AI can now do 80% of that in 20 minutes only. So if you're competing with AI on speed and execution, you are already lost, my friend. See the difference. You're not waiting. You are actively mining that gold mine of data for insights that move the business. That's bottom up. That's the future, my friends. You need to know where the gold is. Understanding data landscapes, asking the right questions, knowing what's statistically meaningful versus noise only. You need the tools to mine efficiently. AI agents, automation, workflows, prompt engineering. These multiply your capabilities 100x. You need to bring the gold up to decision makers. Compelling narratives, executive presence, translating data into actions. The curriculum I'm going to walk you through builds all three pillars. The curriculum has 7 modules across 4 phases. It's not just a list of tools, it's a transformation journey from order taker to strategic driver. Every case study ends with you making a strategic recommendation. So we start here, not with a tool, but with a mindset. Most data courses jump straight into Excel or Python, but that's like teaching someone to swing a pickaxe before they know what gold looks like. In this module, you will learn to think like a business leader. How do companies make money? What decisions move the needle? You will learn to ask, what's one metric that matters right now? If I could only show 3 numbers, which would change the decision? Now we pause the tools and apply the mindset. For example, this case study is about thinking. Analyze a real company's business model. Identify key decision points and map out where data can influence those decisions. No tool yet, just strategic thinking. Before you touch any AI tool, you need to know what is real and what is noise. This is your quality control, your BS detector. You learn correlation versus causation, statistical significance, confidence intervals, bias detection through real business scenarios where getting it wrong costs money. AI can find patterns in anything. If you don't have the judgment to question AI outputs, you will make bad recommendations. So here you'll be given a case study. This case study teaches you to decide whether they mean anything. So you'll be given an AI-generated analysis with 3 critical statistical flaws. Find them, explain why they matter, and present what the data actually shows. Now we get into AI, but we are learning the language of AI first. Prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the new SQL. It's how you communicate with every AI system you will ever use. You'll master chain of thought prompting, few-shot learning, structured output generation, and iterative refinement. These skills transfer to every AI tool, ChatGPT, Copilot, Claude, whatever comes next. So here, let's take a complex business question and solve it using only prompt engineering. No code, no specialized tools, then present how different prompting strategies lead to different insights. Now we get our hands dirty. Excel, SQL, and Python are your picks and shovels. The tools that give you access to the gold mine, but we are not learning them the old way. You won't memorize formulas. You won't write codes from scratch. Instead, you will use AI. Microsoft Copilot for Excel, AI coding assistants like Cloud Code, Cursor, and Google Colab with AI to generate formulas, write queries, and clean messy data sets in seconds. What used to take hours now take minutes. But here's the key. You need to understand the logic well enough to validate what AI produces, catch errors, and modify for edge cases. AI is your assistant, not your replacement. Now, you'll get a messy e-commerce dataset. 50,000 rows of chaos. Use AI assisted Excel, SQL, and Python to clean, transform, and extract insights. The challenge? Present 3 strategic recommendations based on what you find. Data is useless if no one understands it. This module is about bringing the gold up from the mine and presenting it in a way that drives action. You will learn Power BI. Power BI with AI integration. Copilot can help you build dashboards, suggest visualizations, and generate narratives. But the real skill is knowing which visualization to use for which audience. A bar chart for executives who need the headlines, a detailed table for operations, a trend line for finance. Same data, but different stories. Now you will build a healthcare operations dashboard, then present it 3 different ways. 1 minute executive summary, 5 minutes board presentation, and detailed operational overview. This is where it gets really exciting. Instead of you answering every question, you build AI systems that answer questions for you accurately using your company's actual data. You will learn Microsoft Copilot Studio for building custom AI assistants, Retriever Augmented Generation RAG for connecting AI to your company's documents and data, and LangChain for sophisticated AI applications. Imagine Instead of spending your week answering ad hoc questions, anyone in the company can ask what were our top selling products in quarter 3 and get accurate answers instantly. That's leverage. That's 100x productivity. You will be working on case study like build a sales intelligence assistant that answers natural language questions about sales performance, customer segments, and pipeline health. This is the capstone module where everything comes together. You will go from descriptive, what happened, to predictive, what's going to happen, and then automate insights to scale your impact. Here, you will build predictive models using no-code AutoML tools, platforms that let you create machine learning models without being a data scientist. Think of tools that handle the heavy lifting while you focus on business problem. You'll also use AI-assisted coding, Claude Code, Cursor, Google Colab, describing what you want in natural language and letting AI help write the code. And remember, module 2, your statistical foundation, that pays off here. You will know when a model is overfit, when you need more data, when predictions are meaningful versus noise. The best strategic data orchestrator don't just analyze, they build systems. You will learn Power Automate for Microsoft workflows, Power Apps for custom business applications, and N8N for advanced cross-platform automation. Why does this matter? Because you can build systems that proactively surface insights. When sales dip below a threshold, the right people get notified automatically. When a pattern emerges in customer complaints, your system catches it before anyone asks. You're not waiting. You're always one step ahead. Here you are gonna work on case study like build a customer lifetime value prediction model using no-code AutoML, validate it statistically, and then create an intelligent KPI monitoring system that automatically pulls data daily, runs anomaly detection, generates natural language summaries, and alerts stakeholders with recommended actions. This is you working while you sleep. See how these pieces connect. Strategic mindset tells you what questions matter. Statistical thinking tells you what is real. Prompt engineering lets you command AI. My friends, data wrangling gets you access. Visual storytelling communicates your findings. AI systems multiply your reach. Predictive analytics and automation scale everything. That's a strategic data orchestrator. Not someone who knows a bunch of tools, but someone who can orchestrate insights that drive decisions from bottom up. Throughout every module, one skill ties everything together: data storytelling. This separates a good data analyst from a strategic advisor who drives decisions. Every case study ends the same way, not with a chart, but with a recommendation. Here's what the data shows. Here's what it means. Here's what we should do. Here's the identity shift I want you to internalize. Stop thinking, what report do they want? How do I answer their question? Am I here to support the business? Instead, start thinking, what decision should they make? What question should they be asking? I'm here to drive the businesses. You are not an order taker. You are a strategic advisor who speaks the language of data, who sit on the gold mine, and your job is to bring the treasure up to the decision makers, whether they ask for it or not. While traditional analyst roles are being compressed, strategic data orchestrator roles are exploding. Companies are desperate for people who can bridge AI capability and business strategy. 74% of companies still struggle to get value from AI, not because the technology does not work, but because they don't have people who can connect data to the decision. That's your opportunity. Here's what I want you to do starting today. If you want the complete curriculum, every module, every case study, the full transformation, link is in the description. The world does not need more people who can pull data. It needs people who can make sense out of it, who can see what others miss, who can walk into the room and change how decisions get made. You are sitting on the gold mine. The question is, are you going to wait for someone to tell you which rock to pick up? Or are you going to start mining? The future belongs to strategic data orchestrators. I hope you will become one. Now go find an insight nobody asked for.